Dear students, in this lecture, I'll be talking about energy flow in food chain. Flow of energy takes place through the food chain, and the flow is actually unidirectional. So that means it's one-way flow. Unlike nutrients, which move in cyclic manner, energy flows in single direction. Energy is not reused in the food chain. Energy from sunlight is converted by plants into growing new plant material like leaves, flowers, fruits, branches, trunks, roots, etc. Thus, sun's energy is converted into plant tissue. And herbivorous plants eat the plant tissue as food, which gives them energy, and also the nutrients, the material that is required. A large part of this energy is used up for metabolic functions like breathing, digesting food, supporting the growth of tissues, maintaining blood flow, and also maintaining the body temperature. So, energy is also used for activities such as looking for food, finding shelter, breeding, and also rearing younger ones. Carnivores, in turn, depend on herbivores on which they feed. Thus, different plant and animal species are linked to one another through food chain. So, flow of energy follows two laws of thermodynamics. So, first law states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but can be transformed from one form to another. The solar energy captured by green plants gets converted into biochemical energy of plants and later into that of consumers. Second law states that energy dissipates as it is used. As energy flows through the food chain, there occurs dissipation of energy at every trophic level. Loss of energy takes place through respiration, locomotion, running, hunting, and other activities. There are two theories actually, there are two models to explain the energy flow. Single channel energy flow model. Flow of energy takes place in a unidirectional manner through a single channel of green plants to herbivores and carnivores. And there is gradual decline in energy level due to loss of energy at each successive trophic level in a grazing food chain. And the second theory is a double channel or Y-shaped energy flow model, which is which involves grazing food chain and also detritus food chain, and both of them operate in the same ecosystem. In marine ecosystem, primary production in the open sea is limited, and major portion of it is eaten by herbivorous marine animals. Therefore, very little primary production is left to be passed on to detritus compartment, which actually lies far below the bottom of the ocean or the sea. On the other hand, in forest ecosystem, huge quantity of biomass is produced, which can be biomass produced, and it can't all be consumed by herbivores. A large portion, therefore, enters detritus compartment in the form of litter, and hence detritus food chain is important here on the terrestrial ecosystems. So now let me talk about um, food web. So food web is actually interconnected food chains. As you can see here, so this is one food chain which is going starting from corn to python. So corn is eaten by grasshopper, and grasshopper is eaten by frog. And frogs, as we know, are eaten by snakes. So this is one food chain. And energy and nutrients um, that start from corn. Corn means maize. Maize um, is actually uh, reaching is actually reaching the level of snake. So this is how this food chain works. And consider another food chain starting from mangoes. So mangoes are eaten by fruit fly, and fruit flies are eaten by the birds. This is thrush is a bird, so which eats fruit flies, and these small birds are eaten by eagle. So this is one. This is another food chain, and these two food chains are interconnected. So, for example, these fruit flies are eaten by frogs also, and butterflies are also eaten by flies. But butterflies thrive on lavender. So, like that, we have several food chains crisscrossly connected, and this kind of interconnected food chains is known as food web. And I'll show you another illustration of food web. See, this is a kind of rat which is eaten by ringtail macaque, and this is eaten by coyote. And similarly, tree frog is eaten by raven, okay, and which is actually eaten by higher level of animals. And similarly, squirrels are eaten by rabbits, which are eaten by um, uh, uh, bobcats. So, like that, there are different food chains which are interconnected, and hence this is called as food web. So, primary the producers are present here in one level, producers and decomposers. Decomposers are also present here. So, and next comes primary consumers, and these are eaten by secondary consumers, and these are in turn eaten by top carnivores, so tertiary consumers. So this is how food web works. So in this class, I have talked about energy flow, energy flow in the food chain. So how does the energy flow takes place in a food chain, and then the theories behind energy flow in the food chain. So single channel energy flow and double channel energy flow, and then interconnected um, food chains, which is called as food web. So different examples I have given you to explain food web. Okay, so that's all in this lecture. Thank you.